How are you guys doing? This is Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a total portfolio overview of just my cryptocurrency holdings. On the channel I've done portfolio overviews of my entire portfolio and stocks and all that, but because we're back in a bull market in cryptocurrency, I really want to focus in on my holdings, my strategy, my predictions, when I plan to sell my cryptocurrency, and why I hold the holdings I do. I'm actually filming this video on January 21st, and I probably won't have it up until Saturday because I have to work, but today we had a massive correction in the market and all kinds of people are selling their crypto and freaking out and wondering why the thing just doesn't go up in a straight line. Unfortunately, a lot of investors who don't normally invest just decide, let's invest in Bitcoin and try to get rich there. It takes a lot more to be a really good investor. You just can't be a YOLO investment and buy something when it's hyped and expect to make great returns. But cryptocurrency can be a powerful tool to grow your wealth, and the implications of blockchain technology can change the world fundamentally as we know in the future. So if any of this sounds interesting, please consider subscribing to the channel, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and also tap that notification bell so YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video. But let's jump into it. Before I jump into this video, please know that none of this is financial advice. This is just what I'm doing with my own portfolio and showing transparency as I've done on this channel for like a year and a half. You can track all of my investments and everything I've done and said in the past year and a half. As I'm just documenting my journey, this is all for fun and educational purposes only. But let's jump into my cryptocurrency portfolio. I'll start with my largest holding and work my way to my smallest holding and discuss my strategy with these holdings as we go and what I predict the market's gonna do. I'm going to allude to something called the Trello chart and talk about what market patterns I think that this bull cycle is likely to do. Past performance is a good thing to look at for future performance. Unlike what you hear a lot of people say, it's not guaranteed, but also keep in mind it may not be exactly the same, but it's going to rhyme. So what I mean by that, it's gonna feel and sound somewhat similar, even though some things will be a little bit different. So let me first put the Trello chart on the screen. I was joking with a friend today. He said he doesn't use a Trello chart, instead he uses the YOLO chart, but that's not gonna help you make a lot of money during this bull cycle, in my opinion. Again, this Trello chart is by Mark DeMessel. Anytime I show this chart, I wanna make sure I link his channel in the description. He is one of the best crypto investors you will come across. So I'll call it Mark DeMessel's Trello chart. So I do wanna touch on that. We did not expect to go into a bull market as soon as we did, according to the Trello chart. The Trello chart indicated that the bull cycles would be further apart and that it would likely take another year. But instead it followed the previous pattern and only took 2 years to jump into another bull market. And what we focus on this Trello chart is we look at the trend line. The red line is the median price average of cryptocurrency. And what we see throughout time is that it goes massively above the line and massively below the line. So in the bear market, we were looking to buy a cryptocurrency when we were hitting the bottom line. And that's how you'll see in my portfolio, I was able to make massive returns on the purchases I made. But now we're really trying to focus in on when to sell. So we're trying to look at the trend line and we're trying to see how parabolic we can go past the trend line that is likely to occur. And if we look in previous times, if you look at these spikes here, you'll see that we've gone nearly 2,000% above the trend line, 1,500%, 1,000%. And so what you're seeing there is over time, it is going less parabolic. And that makes sense. The larger the market, the harder it is for it to go up higher and higher in percentage terms. So you have to say cryptocurrency is likely to go over 600, possibly even 800% past the trend line. And looking at previous cycles, bull cycles ran for an entire year. And when I felt like we were in a bull cycle is when we broke the all-time high. So I think this bull cycle is likely to run for the entire year. So if we look further out, closer to January 22nd here, you'll see that the trend line is saying the market should be around $1 trillion. But as I mentioned, we're likely to go over 600% past the trend line. So we could see this market over $6 trillion, given what history has taught us. So this means, ladies and gentlemen, we are very early into the bull market, and all the people panic selling today and freaking out don't understand where they are. They don't see the forest over the trees, and that's what the Trello chart allows us to do. So there's massive amounts of wealth to be built during this year, and given that I am not a multimillionaire, I am going to wait a little bit longer to do some serious profit taking, as this channel is all about growing financial freedom and building wealth. So now let's actually jump into the portfolio. I'll start with my largest holding, and I will disclose I don't own any Bitcoin Core. If you want to learn more about the reasons why I don't own any Bitcoin Core, check out my video from last week. I'll put a card here and link it in the description below. But my largest holding is Ethereum. And I currently hold 32 Ethereum, and the current price is $1,158. And I have an average cost of Ethereum at $161 that has provided me a return of 620%, with the total equity value currently at $37,175. Now with crypto, by the time I release this video, who knows where this price is gonna be at. But I've been able to make nearly $32,000 on this investment. Again, and that was using the Trello chart and really trying to target my buys when we're making lows against the trend line. So now that we're in the bull cycle, I'm looking to see how we can make highs above the trend line. In the bear cycle, I'm looking to buy lows against the trend line. Very simple. All right, my second largest holding is Bitcoin Cash, which I feel like is the real Bitcoin. And I like a lot of things that are going on within the project. And this is one coin I would actually still buy more of even at these prices, because I think it is depressed in price. Bitcoin Cash is currently $416.08. And I currently own 20 Bitcoin Cash coins at a dollar cost average of $277.76. A total return of 50%, which is great, but pales in comparison to my Ethereum returns, but makes me more bullish on this holding as we are in the bull cycle, as it is very depressed underneath its all-time high, which is about $3,500, as I currently have an equity stake of $8,320. And this is a project that could go parabolic, as Bitcoin Cash is getting real adoption, and I do think it's gonna actually outpace Bitcoin in actual transactions, as it has larger block sizes and faster transaction speeds. And it's been endorsed by Kim.com, who's building a massive platform that's gonna use Bitcoin Cash as the main currency. It's being used in online gambling. And also there's been a Twitter alternative called Noise Cash that's been using a lot of Bitcoin Cash on its platform, which this is what we want to see. We want to see real world adoption from these platforms. And I should touch on Ethereum really. The reason they're one of my biggest holdings is because one, they are the second largest crypto in the market, and I'm a big fan of Vitalik Buterin, the founder, and they just have the best talent developing on it. And I just think it's so likely for something so big to occur in our lives happening on the Ethereum network, just because of all the talent that exists on there. And they're showing the willingness to be able to adapt from a proof of work model to a proof of stake model, which I think would be much better for transactions, which proof of work is where miners control the network, and proof of stake is where coin holders control the network and can make passive income from it. But Ethereum was really the first project that came through and said, we can do more than just peer-to-peer currency with blockchain. We can do smart contracts. And something you're gonna see huge in this bull cycle is DeFi, decentralized finance, where in the United States we have centralized finance, where we invest through major brokerages and store our money with banks. There's no reason to use institutions to do things if we can do this on the blockchain. And I'll talk more about that in my other holdings. So I have over $45,000 just in these two projects alone. Now my other two holdings are much smaller, and I recently added them to the portfolio as I wanted to diversify just a little bit more as we get into later seasons of the bull cycle. And I want to show you this chart on the screen here that I think is a great representation of how this market cycle is going to go, basing it off how previous market cycles have gone in the past. Phase one is Bitcoin. Flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. And we saw that. We saw Bitcoin run from 3,000 all the way up to 41,000. And then you see these massive gains from this massive network that has a market cap of like over $800 billion now get diversified into other projects. And then we see the second project rise, Ethereum. Obviously, you see all those gains in my portfolio. We're just kicking off the Ethereum party, and I'll read you here. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming. We're starting to see Bitcoin dominance fall. I think it fell about 3% in this past week, and it's likely to go down to 30%. Even though Bitcoin will go up in price, all coins like Ethereum and other projects will outperform it moving forward. So phase two is Ethereum. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. So I haven't heard that yet. We haven't really heard that mainstream talk that Ethereum could overtake Bitcoin. So this is a good indication as to where we're at in the market right now. I would say we are just beginning phase two. And I think it's likely in the next month or so we could see Ethereum run up a lot more in value. But let's read this chart further. Price overlap. Money is starting to trickle into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. And this is going to be your Bitcoin Cashes, which is the 9th largest project in the crypto community. And then my next holding, which I hold in a different account because it's not on Robinhood. I own it in Voyager. And in Voyager, I like the app so far. And you can also get free $25 in Bitcoin if you sign up using my link in the description below. You can use anyone's link, but if you use mine, I'll also put it in the pinned comment below. But if you sign up and put in $100, you'll get $25 in free Bitcoin. Now my next largest holding is Cardano, which is currently at 32 cents. But don't be mistaken, this is a very large project. I think it has the 6th largest market cap in the entire market. Never let the sell price of an asset confuse you on the value of it. Look at market cap. But with that said, it's a recent investment, and I'm currently down 2.85%, as I currently own $2,900 into Cardano. It did run up a lot, and my timing wasn't great, but so far you're seeing as the market collapsed today, Cardano is not collapsing like Bitcoin.
So you're starting to see alts hold some resistance and Bitcoin's going to lose dominance. And these smaller projects are likely to outperform for the rest of the year. So I'm trying to get in front of that. A little bit more about Cardano. It is a good hedge in my portfolio against Ethereum. Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, was also the co-founder of Ethereum. And Cardano is doing some different things. They're already using a proof of stake model ahead of Ethereum. They have created an ERC token converter, which ERC tokens is essentially how other crypto projects have launched on Ethereum's platform, and Cardano can now take those projects from Ethereum and now have them launch on their platform if they want. They do have very fast transactions. They are involved in DeFi. It's a very promising project and why it has a large market cap. And also its previous high was roughly $1.50. So it's still very suppressed underneath that. Ethereum actually recently eclipsed its all-time high. So I think Cardano has good fundamentals and has actually done a lot since the last bull cycle. It's likely going to surpass its all-time high, and that's at least like a 3-4 bag move. And if this market goes much higher to $6 trillion like we talked about, it's going much higher than that. But that brings me to my next holding, which is a very interesting holding. I have a very small position because I recently started buying because I was late to the game, but it's a project called Chain Link, also known as Link. It's currently trading at $19.50. It is also now a top 10 project. The reason I have a small position because it went up a lot and I wanted to get in at a better price. So I currently only have $500 into this investment, but I'm looking to grow it. It's something I'm actively investing in. I'm down 12% on my current holding. And Link is a very cool concept. Link is like an API in today's world where it helps take off-chain data and put it onto the blockchain. So let's say you want to take something that is privately held and closed source and you want to put it on an open source distributed ledger, which blockchain is, you can use this API feed. So you have medical records that you want to put on the blockchain. You can use this as an API. I keep on calling it API. I'm not sure if that's what they're calling it. They call it like an oracle and things like that. But let's say sports betting or anything from the real world that you want to put onto blockchain, this is the tool to do. And that's why you're seeing massive adoption with this project already. Also in the DeFi world, you're seeing Chainlink used by all these other cryptocurrency projects to take financial information and now move it onto a blockchain open source platform. Link is a great tool to do that. Now look, it'll have a lot of other competition coming up, but Link has been on a massive tear and I think it's likely to occur as we're in a bull market. Again, these are all my thoughts and opinions. The higher the price goes, the more at risk you are. And that's why my largest holdings are holdings I was buying up a long time ago, over a year ago, when I was buying more in March when Ethereum was like $100. And if you're finding this video, be careful, as cryptocurrency is a very volatile asset class, and for some reason new investors love to start here, which could actually be a good thing, because if you start here then you go to the stock market, like that volatility is nothing. But this is a new emerging market that gets lots of hype and euphoria, and people can really romanticize this investment, and it falls into this hype curve when the technology isn't quite there yet and it's being priced in to be something it's not, and eventually real fundamentals play out. But I believe in people's ability to romanticize the investment, and I'm gonna use this to grow my wealth much faster. But let me finish reading you this chart of where we're at in the market. So we left off at large caps. Large caps. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin and large caps are going parabolic. Price overlap. Regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having a pump. So I just named 2 altcoins that are pretty big projects, but I think they're standing on strong fundamentals. So phase 4, that is alt season. Large caps have gone full vertical and we're seeing blow off the tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. That's when you gotta be really careful. Memes are everywhere, everyone is super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. Now, I don't know who made this, but I do think it is terrific, and I wish I could give whoever made this credit, but I'm sorry that I can't find that. But I don't know who to give credit to, so. But if you found value in the video, don't forget to tap that thumbs up button, subscribe for more crypto content, and really any investing content. I'm talking a lot about crypto lately because I really wanna focus on that because I have roughly over $50,000 into the investment, and I think it has huge upside, and I wanna make sure I manage that properly. I'll probably make some mistakes, but yeah, subscribe for more content, share this video with a friend if you found it to be helpful, and also you can follow me on Instagram. I'll put my handle here, rgiffen89. I post there pretty much daily, and I'm here on YouTube every single week with a video. And as always guys, I'll see you in my next one.